Lady Cicely and kisses her. There is softness in his manner, such softness that he forgets the bundle of parliamentary papers that he had laid down. Everybody can see that he has forgotten them. They were right there under his eye. Sir John goes out. Lady Cicely stands looking fixedly at the fire. She speaks out loud to herself.
Oh, his voice changed. 25 years ago. So long as that. I wonder if Jack knows. Boing, boing, boing.
Mr. Harding is downstairs, my lady.
Send him up, Ransom.
A moment later, Mr. Harding enters. He is a narrow young man in a frock coat. His face is weak. It has to be. Mr. Harding is meant to typify weakness.
My darling,
She says, just like that, in capital letters. You can feel the thrill of it run through the orchestra chairs. All the audience look at Mr. Harding, some with opera glasses, others with eyeglasses on sticks. They can see that he is just the sort of ineffectual young man that a starved woman in a problem play goes mad over. Lady Cicely repeats, my darling, several times. Mr. Harding says, hush, and tries to engage himself. She won't let him. He offers to ring for tea. She won't have any.
Jack, I can't go on any longer. I can't. When you first loved me, I thought I could, but I can't. It throttles me here. This house, this life, everything. Do you remember, Jack, when you first came in Italy that night at the Amalfi, when we sat on the piazza of the Palazzo?
I do.
And that day at Fiesole among the orange trees, and Pisa at the Cappello di Teresa, and the Mona Lisa. Oh, Jack, take me away from all of this. Take me to the Riviera among the contadini, where we can stand together with my head on your shoulder, just as we did in the Duomo at Milano, or on the Piaggia at Verona. Take me to Corfu, to the Campo Santo, to the Civita Vecchia, to Paranoia, anywhere.
My dearest, I will.
Any man in the audience would do as much. They'd take her to Honolulu. While she is speaking, Sir John's voice has been heard off the stage.
No, thank you, Ransom. I'll get them myself. I know just where they are.
Sir John enters hurriedly, advances and picks up his papers on the table, turns and stands. He sees his wife's attitude and hears her say,
It's Riviera, Amalfi, Orangiera, Contadini, and Cappello Santo.
Oh, I will.
It is enough. He drops his parliamentary papers. They fall against the fire irons with a crash. Then, in falling, upset a small table with one leg. The ball of wool that is on it falls to the floor. The noise of this disturbs the lovers. They turn. All three look at one another. For a moment, they make a motion as if to ring for tea. Then they stand petrified.
You!
Gasps Lady Cicely. She does this awfully well. Everybody says afterwards that it was just splendid when she said,
You!
Sir John stands gazing in horror.
Him? My God! He?
Mr. Harding says nothing. He looks very weak. Lady Cicely unpetrifies first. She breaks out, speaking through her nostrils.
Yes, I love him. I'm not ashamed of it. What right have you to deny me? You gave me nothing. You made me a chattel, a thing.
You can feel the rustle of indignation through the house at this. To make a woman a thing is the crowning horror of a problem play.
You starved me here. You throttled me. You smothered me. I couldn't breathe. And now I'm going. Do you hear me? Going away to life, to love, behind the beyond.
She gathers up Mr. Harding, practically, and carries him passionately away. He looks back weakly as he goes. Sir John has sunk down upon a chair. His face is set. As he sits there, the valet enters with a telegram on a tray.
Jack! My God! Jack?
A telegram, Sir John.
What?
A telegram, sir. A cablegram.
He is dead. My duty is ended. I am coming home, Margaret Harding. Margaret coming home? It only needed that? My God.
As he says it, the curtain falls. The lights flick up. There is a great burst of applause. The curtain rises. Lady Cicely and Mr. Harding and Sir John all come out and bow charmingly. There is no trace of worry on their faces, and they hold one another's hands. Then the curtain falls, and the orchestra breaks out into a winter garden waltz. The boxes buzz with discussion. Some of the people think that Lady Cicely is right in claiming the right to realize herself. Others think that before realizing herself, she should have developed herself. Others ask indignantly how she could know herself if her husband refused to let her be herself. But everybody feels that the subject is a delicious one. Those of the people who have seen the play before very kindly explain how it ends, so as to help the rest to enjoy it. But the more serious-minded of the men have risen, very gently, and are sneaking up the aisles. Their expression is stamped with deep thought, as if pondering over the play. But their step is that of leopards on the march, and no one is deceived as to their purpose. The music continues. The discussion goes on. The leopards come stealing back. The orchestra boils over in a cadence and stops. The theater is darkened again. The footlights come on with a flash. The curtain silently lifts, and it is Act 2.